We're here in Port Colborne where the Toronto Maple Leafs are celebrating their 100th anniversary and a special ceremony to honor Port Colborne legend Teeder Kennedy.
We decided for our centennial season that we would want to get new banners for the Air Canada Centre, and we were wondering what to do with the original banners, and we thought why not bring them to all the hometowns of all those grade 18 players. It's been a great tour so far. We started out in Bracebridge with Ace Bailey, and then we went out to Sudbury for George Armstrong, and then our last one was in Cochrane with Tim Horton. Timmins is coming up in November. We're going to do Bill Barocco and Frank Mahovlich there.
Mark, what does an event like this mean to you of bringing home to the community here tonight?
Well, it's a wonderful thing. You know, I wish Dad was alive for it because the community meant so much to him in Port Colborne. And there's something almost symbolic about this banner that was in the Air Canada Centre coming home to Port Colborne for him. He would love that because this town, as I said, it meant a lot to him.
Yeah, all those years of play. I mean, he only played with the Leafs, and he came back to his hometown to live after he was done.
To live, because there's more to life than hockey. And the people here treat him like family, and they would have treated him like family even if he hadn't had the wonderful career he did. It's a great place to grow up for him and a great place to live.
Tom, tell me about this night and how special this is.
When we got notice of from the MLSE that it was going to happen on September 28th, I got a hold of as many of the guys that I could. We had went down to the unveiling of the Legends Row when Uncle Ted got his statue unveiled. He was the first one, and we didn't know at that time that they were going to, they're going to make new banners. Well, then we found out it was coming here. Word got out real quick, as fast as we could, and my mom's here, and she grew up with Teeder, and if he was living, he'd be 91. So his one school buddy's here, Louis Scapoletto. I thought that was pretty cool. They went to Elm Street School together, and it's pretty neat. But I remember like going to a hockey game with him in Port, and he would always have a sports jacket on and a tie. A gentleman, a real gentleman.
You know, the years that you knew him, hanging out with him, this is just a great event to have him coming home.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I said the captain's home. And I remember we were at a hot stove kind of thing, hot stove lounge kind of thing, at Roseline. And he was on stage, and there was a moderator, a good friend of ours, Rick Cole, and Mr. Chadwick, the goaltender, who last Leaf goalie play every game in the season. They're on stage, and it was 10 to 10, and he stood up, and it was over. And Mr. Chadwick said the captain's ready to go home. And he was referred to as the captain.
It's such a close-knit community here in Port Colborne. Just tell me how this feels to have this legendary hockey player be honored here in his original hometown.
Well, the word is legendary. It certainly is. It was an exciting evening. The entire community was very, very proud of this. And as you look at that banner, you can understand why. I mean, he was a terrific hockey player, and it's just an honor for him and his family, and an honor for Port Colborne to have a hockey player of this caliber come out of this community.
It's such a great thing to bring it down here, and there's a lot of things planned. Obviously, 100 years of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the new logo and everything is happening this year.
Yes, we have quite a bit of stuff happening. We just got back from 5 days out in training camp in Halifax and did a lot of activations out there. Had about 10,000 out for a alumni game, and then 10,000 to see the Leafs play the Senators. On the 13th, we're doing our Legends Row unveiling where Turk Broda, Tim Horton, and Dave Keon will join Ted Kennedy and others as part of that great monument out in front of the Air Canada Centre, and so much more.
As part of the 100-year celebration, the Toronto Maple Leafs are doing great things in the community, and they're honoring 14 more players this year. Tonight, we watched as Teeder Kennedy's banner came back to Port Colborne. The captain is in the house. Reporting for The Source, I'm Bob Slapshot Romeo.